Good evening. This is CTV News for Thursday, May 10th. I'm Monica McNutt.
And I'm Denise Douglas. So glad you could join us this evening. Topping our news tonight is the sudden and untimely death of Baltimore County Executive Kevin Kamenetz. The longtime politician and gubernatorial candidate died overnight. Reports indicate he began feeling ill and that his health quickly deteriorated. Byron Scott has our story.
Marylanders are mourning the death of gubernatorial candidate Kevin Kamenetz. The two-term Baltimore County executive died overnight of cardiac arrest.
This campaign is about you.
Kamenetz entered public service in 1982 when he became a prosecutor in Baltimore City. He was first elected in 1994 to Baltimore City Council, where he served 4 terms.
Right now, you've got a governor.
Recent polls indicated Kamenetz, who was running neck and neck with Ben Jealous, is trailing behind Prince George's County Executive Rashawn Baker, who is the favored Democrat in the polls. Kamenetz was at a candidates forum last night at Bowie State University.
Well, it's a huge shock.
D.R. Robertson is chair of the Department of History and Government.
The question is, the county is a huge constituency in terms of the gubernatorial race. So the big question is, where does his supporters go from here? And also there was reports that he had a pretty big war chest moving forward. So the critical question is, where does the support go?
Governor Larry Hogan ordered flags flown at half-staff and issued a statement saying, in part, he was saddened to learn of Kamenetz's sudden passing. Other officials, including those who were running against him, offered their condolences. Kamenetz leaves behind a wife and 2 teenage sons. He was 60 years old. Byron Scott, CTV News.
Very sad. A funeral will be held tomorrow afternoon at a Baltimore area synagogue.
The University of Maryland holds a somber ceremony to mark the upcoming anniversary of the death of Lieutenant Richard Collins. You may recall, Collins was stabbed to death while sitting at a bus stop. His alleged killer, a white student, has been charged with a hate crime and murder. CTV's Sonia Shrivastava reports.
Well, that's right. Lieutenant Richard Collins was just days away from graduating from Bowie State University when he was senselessly killed here. Now, his death has prompted the university to take some serious actions. The ceremony started with gray skies and a few raindrops, but that didn't stop the dozens of people who came to honor 2nd Lieutenant Richard Collins.
As I was reflecting there, that as a person who's committed to the diversity and inclusion of all, it has been a challenging year.
At the Garden of Reflection and Remembrance near the Memorial Chapel, visitors were given time to pray, reflect, and encircle the garden's labyrinth. Many were overcome by emotion. Collins, a 23-year-old Bowie State University student, was visiting friends when he was stabbed in an unprovoked attack on campus last year. He was just days away from graduating. Sean Urbanski, a 22-year-old student, is now charged with first and second-degree murder. He also faces a hate crime charge. Since the incident, the task force convened to address diversity issues has made several recommendations, which have been signed by President Wallace Lowe. This includes a ban on threatening or intimidating conduct that's driven by an individual or group's actual or perceived protected status.
The issue is well known. It's more awareness of the help that's available. That's what has changed.
Help in what sense?
Counseling services, group therapy sessions, things like the Reflecting Garden, relaxation rooms that are available on campus for dealing with and working through issues like what would have caused the incident.
Many agree that policy changes can be made, but changing the culture will take time.
Make sure this doesn't happen again to anyone, and to no more black male youth, no more. This is what I want.
In College Park, I'm Sonia Shrivastava, CTV News.
The actual anniversary of Collins' death, which is May 20th, falls on the same day as the spring commencement ceremony.
Prince George's police are investigating a homicide in Lanham. It happened early this morning in the 7,000 block of Woodstream Terrace. A man living in the house got into a fight with another resident of the home, according to police, who also say the victim suffered trauma to the body but would not give any details. No word yet on what sparked the fight or the identities of the people.
We switch over to weather a little bit, and don't put away your umbrella and rain jacket just yet. The Washington metro region will be hit with some severe weather this evening. Forecasters say from now until 6 p.m., thunderstorms will bring damaging winds and large hail to the area.
If you can, stay indoors during the storm as it approaches and after it leaves. Don't stand near any type of windows or doors that you could sustain some type of damage if the lightning does strike your house. You want to be in the lowest level of your house, particularly a basement or some type of interior room with as few as windows as possible. We've seen some pretty drastic cases across the country where a small amount of water that's moving pretty swiftly can knock a person down and pull them away, and a little bit larger amount of water can actually move your car. Your car will stall out in heavy water and then move away. So if you see water in the roadway, don't drive through it. Turn around, don't drown is what we like to say.
Here are a few tips to keep in mind to protect your family and home during potentially dangerous inclement weather. First, secure outdoor furniture, flower pots, and trash cans. Second, keep an emergency kit with nearby food and supplies that can last up to 3 days. And do remember to keep your phone charged in case of emergency.
Oh, good advice. Police across the region are on the lookout for a man named the serial school thief. 39-year-old Nakim Sheffield is wanted for trespassing onto school grounds and stealing teachers' personal information from their classrooms. He has allegedly entered schools in D.C. as well as Montgomery and Prince George's counties. Sheffield has been accused of taking credit cards and in one case racked up more than $13,000 in charges. There are currently 2 warrants out for his arrest. The suspect is still at large.